Okay, basic drumming for basic drummers, teaching very basic drummers. Okay, so to start with, you have your different drums. You know what they are: snare, hi-hat, kick drum, which is down here on my left, and the hi-hat pedal, which is down there. You lift it and push it down like a kick drum or a hi-hat. And toms, cymbals, you have crash, ride cymbal, and another crash for me. Right, to basically get started, you need to do a very simple beat, which in my case is just a 4, 1 and 3 on the snare. I'll explain what I mean. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 1 beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, you play the kick drum, which is down here with your left foot, right foot if you're right-handed. But anyway, if you're not at that stage, then maybe you ought to go back and figure that out. So kick drum on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That may take a while, but it's worth it. If you get this beat down, then basically you've done 50% of what you need to go on and do everything else. So it's important to get this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 3rd beat, we're going to play the snare drum. So you don't have to practice with the kick drum. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the bass drum is on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the snare is on 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So put together 1, 2. Okay, so you may need to practice this for an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You may need to practice this for an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or a day or a week. Most likely an hour at most if you can't play. And you may have to practice this for an hour or however long it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now very slowly you put the two things together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And that may take a while, but trust me, it's worth doing. However long it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is worth learning, especially if you bought a drum kit. Yeah, so what else? The crash cymbals. You only ever play them with the bass drum if you're starting, in my opinion, because otherwise they sound a bit thin on their own. So every time you play a crash cymbal, say between a verse and a chorus, this is kind of accentuates the change in the song. And if you play without a kick drum, it's a bit empty. And it's a lot to get your head around every time you play a crash cymbal when you're starting. Always make sure you play the kick drum as well. the bass drum. So when I'm playing and I go bang like that, it just kind of lets the side down, so don't do that. This ride cymbal here, basically the same as the hi-hat, so what you can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do on the ride cymbal 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, crash. Back to the verse, say. Okay, so what I was talking about, this hi-hat pedal, which you lift and push down like a real hi-hat. That's what it would sound like. Once you've got your basic beats down, so once you've practiced that for a long time and got it fairly decent, a lot of drummers, they use this while they're playing that beat, mostly sometimes on the ride. So if they're doing a ride, similar thing what we were doing but on the ride, so what they'll do, they'll lift this pedal up and push it down again, like scoop, like that. What you might find if you start practicing all this and you don't start practicing the hi-hat pedal, you may regret it later, because you're going to have to go back and learn that, and it's like baby steps again. So there's a couple of videos online, a really good guy in the States, and he shows you like 4 or 5 basic beats with the bass drum, so which I recommend you check out because he's really good. They're really hard to do, but once you've got the basic beat down, you can start putting in different bass drum orientations, and he's really cool. There's a couple of things I'll link to on his website. But once you've got your basic beats down, I suggest you start incorporating the pedal. Only basically just lift it. So if you want to lift it and push it down. If you're on a basic beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Start doing that on maybe the 3rd beat. So 1, 2, can you hear it? 1, 2, 3. Might not be able to hear it, but it's there. So without the ride cymbal, left, right, left, right, left, right. That will put you off balance on the seat, and if you've got a weak back like mine, it'll really might hurt for a little bit. But it's amazing how quickly, once you practice it for a while, you just toughen up and it works. But it's the balance on your back is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the reason to learn that, in my opinion, is you can practice your sticking. There's all sorts of sticking in drumming, and there's different paradiddles and all this sort of stuff. But you can just do a basic left right you're supposed to practice this anyway on a pad or something, or a cushion or something. So left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and also left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Okay, but if you do it while you're doing this, 1, 2, 1, 2. That kind of gets you in the driving seat for everything you need to do with all your limbs. So, right at the beginning, can be very tricky, but it's worth learning it early on. So all of this sticking stuff like paradiddles or left, left, right, right, or right, right, left, left. So starting with your weaker hand instead of starting with your stronger hand. If you're right-handed, your right hand will be your stronger hand and your other hand will be the weak. If you're left-handed, my left hand is my stronger hand. So yeah, starting with your weaker hand, for instance, just on that right, left is really difficult when you're doing that, but it kind of puts in motion everything you need to kind of get all the elements working instead of ignoring this and going back to it. If you're just using these drums to play to your songs, you don't necessarily need your hi-hat, I guess, but it's really worth it because it kind of completes the picture later on when you start playing. You can feel why it's important to learn it once you've learnt it, and it's not that difficult. It's just balance, and you're going to need to learn this balance anyway for some stuff down the road, so it's good to have it. So the one that gets me at the moment is doubles, so like left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, starting with my weaker stronger hand, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, playing it backwards, starting with my weaker hand, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, while playing that beat. It's a kind of brain twist, and it's hard, but it's your brain rewiring to be able to do it. So if you can do this stuff now, if you can start to rewire this stuff, it's well worth doing it to put you in a good place to go forward. So I'll try and do it. I can do it now, but it's a little bit of practice. Starting with my weaker hand, right, right, left, left, right, right, while I'm playing the kick and the hi-hat. So 1, 2, 2. Also paradiddles, which is something else, right? Starting with my weaker hand, there's something about starting something with your kick drum and starting with your weaker hand, which is really mind-bending, but well worth learning. So I'll try and do it. So pretty bad, but I can do it with my left, almost as bad. I can do it with my stronger hand first, leading. Anyway,